Title: Life in the 14th Century as the Lowest Class. My name is Thomas, and I was born at the bottom of the world. I live in a small village in 14th century England, in a hut made of wood, mud, and straw. When it rains, the roof leaks. When winter comes, the cold creeps through the walls. Our floor is made of packed dirt, and at night my family sleeps close together on straw, wrapped in rough blankets that never feel warm enough. Every morning begins before sunrise. My mother wakes me quietly, and I put on the same wool clothes I wore yesterday. They are patched, dirty, and scratch my skin, but they are all I own. Breakfast is simple, if we have it. A piece of hard bread, a bowl of thin porridge, sometimes nothing until later. Meat is something we smell from far away, not something we expect on our own table. Outside, the village is already moving. Smoke rises from low cottages. Chickens walk through the mud. Men and women carry tools toward the fields. Children follow their parents, because childhood does not last long for people like us. The land we work does not belong to us. It belongs to the Lord of the manor. His house stands above the village, larger and stronger than anything we could ever build. We plant his fields, harvest his grain, repair his roads, and give him part of what little we grow. We also give a share to the church. What remains is what keeps us alive, if the harvest is kind. Most days are spent bent over the earth. In spring, we break the soil and plant seeds. In summer, the sun burns our necks as we pull weeds and pray for rain. In autumn, we harvest as quickly as we can because one storm can ruin months of work. In winter, we count our food and hope it lasts. We are called peasants. Some call us villains or serfs. That means we are not truly free. We cannot simply leave the village and search for a better life. Our lives are tied to the land, and the land is controlled by men far above us. When the Lord rides past, we lower our eyes. His clothes are clean. His horse is strong. His table is full. We do not hate him loudly, because loud anger is dangerous. Instead, we swallow our thoughts and return to work. The church tells us that suffering has meaning. The priest says that if we obey, pray, and endure, our reward may come after death. Many of us believe him because belief is easier to carry than despair. The church bells mark our lives: birth, marriage, prayer, sickness, and burial. Still, there are moments of warmth. At night, when the work is done, my family gathers near the fire. My mother mends old clothing. My father sharpens tools. Someone tells a story about saints, kings, or strange things beyond the forest. Sometimes we laugh, not because life is easy, but because laughter is one thing no lord can tax. Then came the sickness. At first, it was only a rumor. Travelers spoke of towns where bells never stopped ringing, of homes locked from the outside, of bodies buried too quickly for proper prayers. They called it the plague. Later, people would call it the Black Death. When it reached our village, fear moved faster than any horse. A cough became a warning. A fever became a sentence. Doors closed. Families disappeared. The priest prayed until his voice grew weak. No one understood why it was happening. Some said God was punishing us. Some blamed bad air. Some blamed strangers. But blame did not stop the graves from filling. I watched people I had known my whole life vanish in a week. The fields grew quiet. Tools lay where hands had dropped them. Even the manor seemed less powerful when death came close. And yet, after the worst had passed, the world did not feel the same. There were fewer of us left to work the fields. The Lord still needed crops. The church still needed food. The village still needed hands. For the first time, some peasants began to understand something dangerous. Our labor mattered. Without us, no bread was baked, no fields were harvested, and no kingdom could stand. I do not become rich. I do not become noble. My hands remain rough, my clothes remain patched, and my future is still uncertain. But something inside me changes. I begin to see that even the lowest people carry the weight of the world. My name will not be written in royal books. No one will paint my face in a castle hall. I will likely live and die close to the same fields where I was born. But I was here. I worked the land. I survived hunger, cold, sickness, and fear. I loved my family. I listened to the bells. I watched the seasons turn. And in a world that treated people like me as invisible, I kept living. This is life in the 14th century for the lowest class, hard, unfair, and often cruel. But it is also a life of endurance, faith, family, and quiet strength. We may stand at the bottom of society, but the whole world rests on our backs.